whatever that means. Bringing in 2025 large. Yes, let's do it. So, I don't know what that was, but there we go. It's Wednesday, the 8th of January, 2025. Welcome to Wednesday's guitar class. This is Wednesday's guitar lessons from the book guitar class. Now, I should just mention, I have been thinking about doing Wednesday's guitar lessons from PDF Club. That might be interesting. I can get some more different material in there as well. That would be really useful. But yeah, I can see you in the chat there. I can see it's all rolling in, and everybody's rolling in it because, you know, it's time to do some good old guitar learning. And I just want to wish you all a very happy New Year. I hope your Christmas season was wonderful. I know mine was. Just family and all that sort of stuff. Really nice and chilled, you know. And that period in between Christmas and New Year, it's like, what's that called? It's just like where you lay prone on the couch. There was lots of that going on, just watching anything really. So yes, we are back. And it is time for a really important lesson today. And I'd say this is an essential lesson that you need to learn for all musicians. The title of the video says it all. This is something all musicians should learn. If you're a guitar player or a pianist or whatever, I know this is a thing with guitar players. They say, yeah, I don't need to learn theory, man. It'll just like stunt my creativity, you know, whatever. But there's some theory that you just don't realize because you don't know what you don't know that you need to know. This is what I'm saying to you. So that's what today is about. Now, when I was looking at this, because Mrs. Ricky, she puts out the posts telling everybody when everything's happening. And she said, you know, you did this back in, where was it? Was it September or August? She says, I did this one in August, and the one I did was this one. It's this here, guys. Oh, and I don't want to give the game away too much. And it was this one. This was the lesson, 2 things all musicians should memorize. Yeah, and it's just like, right. So I did it in August. One thing is always good, and that is a recap. Recapitulation of the information. Let's get that information, you know, just run it again just so that we know that we're solid with it. But I know for a fact when I looked at it and I had a little brief watch of the original video that I did for this, and I thought to myself, do you know, I could go off on a tangent. So I'm just going to tell you right now, there probably will be tangents. I know there's going to be tangents. If you have the book, then you'll be, if you have the hard copy of the book, yeah, or the digital version of the book, then you'll be happy to know that it is lesson 16, and that's on page 21. Lesson 16, page 21. But as I go through this, what happens is when I produce any handouts or anything else during these Wednesday night guitar classes, they get posted straight into PDF Club. They go in there. It's kind of like my Patreon, if you want, Patreon, whatever you call it. So really, I suppose that's what it kind of is, really. There. So those go in there, and so that's the thing. If you don't have the book and you want the book, then the usual spiel here. This is it. You get the book here. 80 lessons, and the book. You can get it in 3 flavors. You've got spiral back. Spiral back. It sounds like a fish. Spiral bound. So you get the spiral bound, which is good because it folds out. I like the spiral bound because it's just easy. It's compact, nice and easy to use. There's the paperback. It's a bit more folding and opening it up and creasing it. And some people, Danny will probably be in the chat at some point today. He took it to some place and he got it made into a spiral. That can happen. And we also do a digital version that you can get off the website. But the thing is, you have to go there, and then all the links to get you there are there. Yeah. So that's it. 80 lessons in that book. Now, the thing is, if you got the digital download version, then what will happen? We're just rebuilding the staging area for that. But what happens is, if you buy the digital version, you automatically get enrolled into Fretboard Fraternity. Now, if you don't know what Fretboard Fraternity is, let me just put this up here. The Fretboard Fraternity is a free community where you can just come and hang out. No, if you don't like Facebook, if you don't like all social medias and stuff like that, there's no ads, there's no nonsense going on there. It's just guitars and everything else. It would be great to have you in there, joining the conversation. Shows pictures of your guitars, of your cats and your dogs and farmyard animals if you have any. Yeah, we'll have chickens. We'll have chickens. There was a point in my life where I thought I want some chickens. If somebody. It would make me happy. I'm a simple man. What can I say? It would make me happy if somebody posted pictures of their chickens in the Fretboard Fraternity. It's worth signing up just for that, really. So the Fretboard Fraternity, yeah, like I say, it's just there. There's a little blue link. It says sign up. Go in there. You know, you don't have to put a proper picture of yourself up. Put a picture of your chickens up or your dog. All that stuff. Okay. So really, it's all that stuff there, right? But if you want to, you know, support my work here on the channel, then the best way to do that, I feel, is to join PDF Club. If you want to join PDF Club, we've got a lifetime membership and an annual membership. And that's the only way to get the PDFs. But saying that, a little thing, I've had some emails off some of you. And I know that for some people, you know, it's like, yeah, you know, joining something like a membership thing, they don't want it like that. So what I'm thinking of doing is something called PDF Club Lite, which I will do that. I'll get back in touch with you about that and tell you more about that. So as that gets closer. So you don't have to have the whole rigmarole of logging in and everything. But if you want community and you want to make friends with people who are into guitar, then it makes sense. Join a community. This is the way it's going to go, guys, because the robots are taking over. You know, when was the last time you went to a supermarket and got served by somebody, a human? You know, all the jobs are being taken. You have to pack it yourself, and then walk out the door, and then it beeps, and then you're embarrassed. But that said, yeah, you know what I'm saying. Yeah, human contact. This is what it's about, which brings me to one of the things that I love about doing my Wednesday guitar classes, and that is this chat. This chat is rolling here, guys. There's people from all over the world. They've got to know each other here in the chat. You know, some people, it's your first time. If it's your first time in here, let me know, because what we're going to do is we will do a roll call. We always do a roll call. I try and keep it, you know, to a minimum. But what I do is, after the roll call and the video's ended, what I'll do is I'll put a timestamp when the lesson starts. So if you're a bit of a grumpy old bugger, which I wonder if I'm turning into one of those as I get older, then and you don't want to, you know, go sit through the waffle, that's fine. Then you'll just have to wait till the video does its thing. It's got to do some processing afterwards, and then what I'll do is I'll put a timestamp in where the lesson begins, and if you want to watch from there, then you're hunky dory. You don't have to go through all the roll call stuff, but I know that people are here for the roll call. They're here for the waffle. They're here for the Yorkshire banter. And I'm just wondering, am I going to get a cup of tea? Am I getting a cup of tea, please? Right, okay. Well, you know, this is the thing. It's just like service is just absolutely appalling. Service is absolutely appalling. You just can't get the staff. Anyhow, so no cup of tea. Oh, look. I'm on water. Yeah? That's what we call it in Yorkshire, water. Yes, so we're on Yorkshire water. Right, so without further ado, what I'm going to do is, like I say, there will be tangents. I'm going to go through the chat and we're going to do a roll call. But before I do that roll call, let's just have a little look. Oh, there's loads of people in here. And the people to like ratio is nowhere near good enough, guys. Come on, wallop the like. Give me a like. Get this pushed up the live algorithm and get this out to some people out there. I just caught something there. A robot would have had my tea about me. Yeah, maybe, but do you remember them teas maids? In the morning, your alarm clock, it made your tea for you. Whew. That's the start of it all. That was it. That was the start of it. Yeah, so right. Okay, so we've done that. We're going to go to the comments, to the chat now, and let's have a look and see how everybody is. Say hello to everybody, and you'll find that everybody's all around the world. You might even see somebody who it might be close to you. I know there are people here who have actually, got to know each other. And that is, isn't that brilliant? Isn't that brilliant? I love it. Anyhow, look. We've got his first thumbs down. Brilliant. Okay. Someone doesn't like it. I wait for that every week. I wait for you because the thing is, man, look, please, if you give your thumbs down, yeah, right, I just feel sorry for you. Why would you do that? I don't know. There's something going on in your head. Oh, anyhow, never mind. It's all good. I'm here to teach a free guitar class. What's not to like? Anyhow, so what we've got, let's have a look. Lots of messages from Mrs. Ricky here in the top here, as usual. Because the chat generally starts before the live does. Yeah, which is cool. We like that. Winston Moy, April, everyone from North Dallas. Hope everyone had a great Christmas and a New Year. Brilliant. Yes. Winston Moy. No more Wednesday withdrawal symptoms. Yeah, in the fretboard fraternity and in the Facebook group, people are like, last week, yeah, it was still Christmas as far as I was concerned. It was Christmas holiday, so I was, let's. This is the start of the year, so that was it. So people were having withdrawals. I did think, oh, should I go on? But I thought, well, nobody wants to see me in my shorts and my pajamas. They don't want to see that. So here we are. Let's have a look. Robin Tate, to everyone, Happy New Year. Jerry Lindy, Happy New Year. Clifford TLB, Happy New Year. Srenang, Eyup for Waka Ricky. Let the cold blues evening begin with the waffle. Definitely. Let's get the waffle in there. Rennie Hartman, Happy New Year from Holland. Doug Fuller, Eyup, Happy 2025. Christopher Campagna, Eyup Ricky. First of all, Happy New Year and good health to you, your family, and everyone in the chat. Isn't that ace? Isn't it great? I love this. I love it to bits. So Scuba Trooper Chris Huston is seated and ready for class. That's what we like to hear. Dan Bailey, Happy New Year from Tennessee. Chimp number 1. Greetings, everyone. Looking forward to tonight's stream. Thank you very much. Thank you for turning up. Barry Comboy. Happy New Year to all from New Jersey. JB from Poland. Rocket67, Happy New Year, everyone. I'm going to answer your question in the fretboard fraternity. I'm trying to catch up with a lot of stuff at the minute there. Ronnie River, Happy New Year. Eyup, Mr. and Mrs. Ricky, greetings from Germany. 21. I don't know what that meant, but I've missed that one. Oh, is that the page? Oh, yes, it's page 21. Yes, so anyone know what page we're on? We're on page 21, lesson 16 in the book. Stuart Smith, Happy New Year. Billy Joe, here. Greg Howard, Eyup, Happy New Year. Araman 3048, Eyup, Happy New Year to all. Siegfried Gotts, nice to join again. Wednesday guitar lesson with Ricky and Mrs. Ricky. Mrs. Ricky's getting her own little fan club going here. She's quite coy about it all, but I think secretly she loves it. So you do, don't you, really? She's just giggling now. She's just giggling. Rabem, all the best for 2025. Yes. Phil James, Eyup Evening Fretheads. Happy New Year to all. Happy New Year. Thank you very much, Phil. Good to have you back here. Gibby Star, Eyup, Happy New Year. Ricky and Mrs. Ricky and all the Frethead team. Yes, indeed. David Doherty. God, how I've missed these nights. Happy New Year, everyone. Hail to the chief. Thank you very much. Claude Capodestra, Eyup, everyone, Happy New Year. Cats Rule, hey Ricky, hi everyone, Happy New Year. Thunder Ace, OG, there we go, my OGs in the chat there. Eyup, Ricky, Happy New Year. Fretheads. George Vaca, hello everybody, and thanks Ricky. Let's look, Dave Blakemore from Ontario, Happy New Year. Marcel LeBlanc, Eyup, fellow fretheads. It's a minus 13 degrees C wind chill, which feels like minus 22, and it's snowing. Do you know we're in it? We're in the thick of it here in Yorkshire right at the minute. So much so that Miss Ricky missed school today because it was too icy to drive on roads. But that just sounds like, well, you guys are more equipped for it, aren't you? Really, you know it's coming. But in the UK, we just stand around flapping his arms, going, "It's snowing! It's snowing! It's gonna get cold." Oh, have we got any equipment to sort it out? No. Yeah, so there you go. So Den Thorn, Happy New Year, everyone. Vicky DeMayo, Happy New Year from snowy Lexington, Kentucky. So it's snowing in Kentucky as well. Matt Cochran, Eyup, Ricky and fam, happy 2025. Happy 2025 to you and yours. Graham Bailey, Happy New Year to all. Happy New Year to you, Graham, as well. Major Pentatonic is in the chat. Eyup, Ricky and all. Let's have a look. Frank Wirricks, hello, Ricky. Like button mashed. We like that. I hope everything is okay. Everything is wonderful. Every day above the dirt is a good one as far as I'm concerned. So let's go there, because one day it is your last day above the dirt. Oh, are we in that mug? I thought we were going to go in other mug. Oh no. Well, I was going to show you another mug, but it doesn't matter. I love this one. Here you go. Yorkshire tea. As you know, they sent me some tea. But here you go. Yorkshire salute. Hey up. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Is that? It's a nice temperature. Is that? It's not too hot. It's not like lava as it usually is. So there we go. Let's carry on. Let's carry on looking through the chat. Vivo man, hey up from Swansea. Happy New Year, everyone. Jason Somerville. Hi all. It's my oh, hang on. Here we go then. Jason's first time. Oh, here we go. Let's give him. Yeah, welcome. Here you go. I really do think
hey, that's champion all that.
I think it's champion that you've rocked up tonight to a lesson. I appreciate you taking your time out of your day to come along. Rabem, I bought the book. It's not here yet. Hurry up the printers. Yeah, well, yeah, if it's on its way, it will get there. It will get there, and you'll be able to relate to all these. Guys, if you didn't know, if you want to rewatch all these, there is a playlist on the channel, and it's just all the lives. It's just all the lives. So if you want to go through that, and I think, I'm not exactly sure if I put the lesson page and, which lesson it is and that stuff in each of those. I might do. But if you just go through it, you'll see, and you'll be able to see that, all the lessons, all those live classes are there with those timestamps if you want to skip the chat at the beginning, because you don't want to watch all that chat at the beginning unless you dig that stuff. I don't know. All right, but people have strange hobbies in the world these days. They'll probably always have had strange hobbies. I'm going places in my mind that I shouldn't be. So here we go. Let's carry on. Let's do this. So that book's hopefully getting to you soon. Let's get that book to you soon. Ken Guthrie, hello from Newmarket, Ontario. So let's have a look, see who else we've got in here. Lee Giles, Eyup EIO from near Calgary, Alberta. That's Canada. That's probably cold as well. Harry Grocott, Happy New Year, Ricky and everyone from Wolves. Here we go. Doing all right, actually. Wolves, I think, were they doing all right? They were doing all right not so long since. Dan Lafferty, ready to go. Gents, Eyup. Patrick Gerrity, hi Ricky and Mrs. Ricky, greetings from Lake Placid, New York. There we go. So everybody's coming from all over. Ronnie River, grab a pencil and paper, folks. Yeah, if you, honestly, really, right along, just take notes. This is the thing. By gum, that were loud. What was that? My gob on camera. Yeah, it might have been. Sorry about that. Anyone know where I can re-download the ebook? Jason, if you send me an email, support at... Oh, Mrs. Ricky just shouting there, disembodied voice in the distance there. She's sent you an email. It's all been sorted. That's what we want. We want you to get on that and get you learning some stuff. The Analog Kid, Eyup and back to normal Wednesdays. Yes. You scared the life. Oh my good. As long as you're alive. Good to know you're all alive there, guys. Let's have a look. Dale Sam. Hey, folks. Best wishes to you all for 2025. Best wishes to you as well. Dem Ravens. What a sight. I had it on mute. Looked up to Ricky screaming, lol. Happy New Year, one and all. Sorry about that. Was it a bit too extreme close-up? Yes, maybe. Stuart Hildesley. Good evening. Mark McKeever. Hi, all. Hello, Mark. Good to see you in the chat there, buddy. Tim C, good afternoon. Sean, True S Armour. Hey, Happy New Year, all. You've been missing this, haven't you, over Christmas, Sean? I know you have. Nancy Parsons, hey up, me darling. Eric Collingwood, hey Ricky, glad you're back. Got your lesson book for Christmas. Oh, I hope you enjoy it. This is what these Wednesday classes are all about. Reinforcing that stuff from the book, expanding it, taking it, and connecting it to other lessons, because you know, if you've been on any of these lessons before, you'll know that what I sometimes like to do is connect one page to another page to another page until you have this whole web of knowledge in your head. That's the way it kind of works for me. So Don Buckey, cheers Ricky, Jerry Moffat from Texas. Let's have a look. James, hello all from Austin, Texas. Arslan Ahmed, am I saying that? Ahmed, is it a soft H or is it? I don't know. Hello. Hello, welcome. Let's have a look. Stevie boy, Happy New Year, folks. Yes. Sean's page was marked up. That's what we want to say. John is here. Hey up, all lad. Happy New Year, John here. John, now then, lad. Hang on. Let's put this.
Now then, lad.
That's for John. Now then, lad. We've got Ron Carrillo. Hey up, Mr. and Mrs. Ricky. Hope you had a good Christmas. Yes, we did. We had a wonderful one. Family round and all that good stuff. That's what it's about, isn't it, really? Alan Mackey. Hello from snowy East Tennessee. Is everywhere snowing? You know when you've been tangented. Yes. Will it tangent? Will it gent? Yeah. J.M. Kennedy. Hello, Columbus, Ohio. In the chat here. Chris Birdsong. Sorry I'm late. Can't do star jumps. I'm on the road. Well, I hope it's not snowing on the road. Got to be safe out there. Yeah. So that's the thing. Just keep listening. Yeah, but don't watch. Just put it on your thingy. Don't want you know. Any accidents, keep your eye on the road there. Richard Dobson, hey up and Happy New Year, Ricky, from a frosty Barnsley. Now then, champion tab year, all lad.
Champion, old lad.
Champion, there we go. So tune, half tune. Tune, half tune. That's like, that's Newcastle, isn't it? Oh, that was a good match last night. Newcastle Arsenal. So. I enjoyed that a bit too much, that thought. Phil James, let's have a go. We're going down here. Rattlesnake Roy's in the chat, guys. Hey, gang. Malcolm Dengate, Happy New Year. What is fretboard fraternity, says Phil. What is fretboard fraternity? It's the free community that you can join. Maria Muggs Davis. Hey up, Maria. So there we go. Any plans of a second edition book coming out? There might be. I don't know. This is the thing. There's enough now, I think. There's enough material. It's just how to format it so that it makes sense and joins on to the first book. You know, because there are, I would say that if I think about it, I've done some filler material. So you might have one lesson in book one and there's something missing between another lesson, and I've done that lesson already. I am on top of it. Let me just tell you, I am on top of it for this year's content. I have a whole year's worth of content all planned. Pretty much what I'm going to do week in, week out. How about that? Apart from the lives. Mrs. Ricky's like, can you do that for the lives as well? And I was like, oh, okay. You know when you do something good and you think, all right, I'm doing really well here. It's like, oh, yeah, cleaned up, didn't I? I did some vacuuming live. You know, just like, oh, yeah, but you didn't do it right. I'm joking, by the way. But I don't do it right. Yeah, no, there's a way of doing it. There's the Ricky way and there's the right way, which the wife does. So Mrs. Ricky. Anyhow, so there we go. That's the thing where it lives with the chicken picks. With the second book, there might be. There might be, you know, Mrs. Ricky says, you should do one, you know. If you want one, just bully me in the fretboard fraternity and I'll do one. Because that's how the first one happened. The book only happened because of the comments and posts people made in the Facebook group. You know, so that's it. So, Ronnie River, I love chicken picks. Greg Barrows just popped in to wish Ricky and old Fretheads a Happy New Year. May stay for a bit of waffle. Good, we like a bit of waffle. Create love, happy. Hey, Ricky, glad to be here from California. Love your book. Thank you very much. Thanks for the email. I'm imagining that's Mrs. Ricky on top of it. She's great at that stuff. Relaxing meditation. Hey, Ricky, looking forward to your inspirational post tonight. I hope it's inspirational. Angus McDonald is in the chat. Glad to be here. Glad to be anywhere. That sounds like a Tommy Cooper thing. Let's have a look. True S Armour. Sean says, I for one welcome our new overlords. Dem Ravens, it's not your first time, mate. Don't have me on. I know you've been here before. You're trying it on there, mate. Yeah, Ricky, make fraternity. Is that how you return? Oh, returnity. I can see what you're saying there. Right. Hey there, catching my first time catching the live stream. Brian Mape, welcome, Brian. Let's have a look. Let's go for this. Let's go. Oh, do you know what? I'm just going to go for an applause. Welcome. Yeah, thank you for coming in and everything, and that as well. Let's have a look. Dem Ravens this year. Very coy, that's me. Oh, we got another first timer. Let's just keep it to applause. Thank you very much, Zanellis, for turning up today. We really appreciate the eyeballs on the live stream. Let's have a look. Hi, Ricky. Me and Mrs. doing dry January. Oh, right. Well, I'm not a big drinker, so I mean, that's hopefully you enjoy that, the dry January. Tea. That's it. Tea. That's what I drink. I drink a lot of tea. Probably too much tea. Can that be such a thing? Anyhow. Right, so the waffle is there. We're getting into that. Just seeing now, I think I've got through the main bit of chat here. Craig from Cambridge, Canada, in the house, in the chat here. Yes, there we go. Ryan, a robot would have made my tea, and it took shouting downstairs to get it, to be honest. So let's let's have a look and see who else is in here. Red Walrus is here. We haven't seen you for a while. Back in the chat. Let's have a look. Scuba Trooper. Craig's first time as well. Let's give you a round of applause. Craig's first time. Tony Mason. Let's have that doesn't look like water. It looks like arcade. Well, no, we've got it's a soda stream. We've got a soda stream. I like it fizzy. I like a bit of fizz. Otherwise, I find it a bit boring. It means I drink more water, and that's the way. You've got to get your water in, don't you? Your daily amount. So Scott Simmons, dude, I am late. Oh, snowed today. Is that your excuse? Let's have a look. Three Dogs Brewery, Tennessee, snow and frigid there. Gary Buck, New York City. Let's have a look. We've got Mark there. Is it also in West Yorkshire? Shonak Guharai. Hello, Ricky, everyone. Joining from India. Welcome. Guitar Man, hail. Oh, we've got a Guitar Man's in the house. So there we go. Ingo Noel, we may have been missing you. My Wednesday was so dark and empty. Is that just the way that because of the sun and everything else like that, these short days and that kind of thing? Time to get back on fretboard. Yes, John, definitely. MZ, liked your last video about Too Easy Chord blue ships. That was a great little lesson. I enjoyed filming. I've been meaning to put that one out. I've got another little upload coming this month. I think it's a rock blues in a similar sort of vein, which is pretty cool as well. So just give you some stuff to just jam along with your mates and stuff, or with your looper pedal. That's the idea. Lorraine Peck, yay, got you live. Happy New Year. All the best. Happy New Year to you. Jeremiah Maras, hey, it's been a few weeks for me. Let's have a look. Phil Swan's here in the chat. Telefunken. Let's have a look in the chat. Cyril Johnson's in the chat. BC1, Happy New Year. Smiles to you all. I think that means smiles to you all. There we go. We're getting towards the bottle. Susie Bianca, hello from Japan. Zanellis, Irishman here, living in Norway but in Brazil right now. Brother lived in Huddersfield and now in Home Firth. Huddersfield, it's my hometown. Emil Aln says, what book? the book. So let's have a go. Get to the bottom. I'm trying to get to the bottom here now, guys. Graham Penfold, late but too old for star jumps. Okay, that's fair dues. Jason Somerville, out from Southampton, first time tonight. Yep, there we go. Thank you for turning up. Ricky, keep Greenland Danish. We apologise to the world. I've kind of heard some things going on there, but I don't pay any attention to it. It's all bluff and bluster, a lot of it, I think. Blue Ed, New Ed, Da. I hope it's Blue Edin, New Edin, Da. So, I hope I said that right. Michael Davies, Phantom, best wishes for all. Oh, we need more mugs, Ricky. Yeah, I've got some pentatonic ones planned as well. I've got some more mugs planned. Let's have a look. There's not a snowdrop. First time here. We've got another first time. Oh, it's nice to have so many first timers in the chat. Let's have a look. I am going to get there. We're going to get on with this. We're going to get this. This is what happens, guys. Don't forget, at the end, you can come back and I will post the link. Let's have a look. See who else. Matthew Miles checking in from Blustery, New York City. Sincero Natuta, Happy New Year to all. First time in the live. You see, this is it. This is Cape Town, South Africa, man. You know, we'll get that one. We'll just change that little sound effect there. I think that was it. Falcons in the chat. Let's have it. I don't want to miss anyone off. Guitar Talk Universe. First time here. Very interesting new sub. Thank you very much, Kentucky. Oh, I like your I like your image. Crikey, I've got a student who's got fingers who can do that. He can hold from the 1st fret to the 9th fret. And it's like, how in the hell do you do that? You're a mutant, lad. And that's Ben. He's not in here. He's not in the chat. Ricky, I would like to see you do a joint video with YouTuber Fenner Rob from Liverpool. I have no idea who that is, but I'll check him out. Let's have a look. We are nearly there. Graham Wood. Hello, everyone from freezing East Yorkshire. Let's have a look. Like, we gentlemen obviously are bad at vacuuming and everything else. Yes, definitely. If there's a way to do it, you know, the superior, the other half knows the best way. That's what I say. Anyhow, so how did Shane Coyne? Yeah, Shane's not a first timer. I know that. From Australia. Howdy from Montana. Thank you for helping me fill in the blanks. I've been watching a while now. Results are real. That's what I want to hear. That's absolutely what I want to hear. That's the mission, guys, is to teach guitar, teach music, get you into it, so it can be something that you add to your life that just, do you know, it just adds more dimension to stuff. It does. It changes your life. It changes it significantly when you take on learning an instrument, not just guitar. You know, you could do piano, and it just changes absolutely everything in your life. You know, music you listen to, just the activities you do, something to take your mind off work, or, you know, all that stuff. It's the best, really, isn't it? It really is. There's nothing. I think it's one of the noble arts, you know. So let's have a look. Let's have a look. If I've missed anyone off, Michael Hall. Let's have a look. MB, first time here. What's the chord for making a good impression? Well, if it's your first time here and you're late, let me tell you, MB from Prague, you have to do 10 star jumps in the corner. That's what you have to do. Sorry for being late. Star jumps completed, ready to go. Bob knows. John Prendeville, artist coach. Eyup from Westport, CT, USA. Norman Vine. Adi Swaran, ready? There's lots of people. How many people are in there? I'm trying to get through this, and it's just like it's not slowing down here. Hang on. Greetings from Indonesia. Everybody's off from all over the world. Clark Kent 143. Yes, we know who you are, really, Clark Kent. We do. The Freedom Effect. What are musicians' favourite numbers? A 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4. Yes. So Mike, happy New Year. Nice to see you again. Nice to see you in the chat here. Work, stop cursing, please. Right, we're at the end. I'm gonna have to call it. I'm gonna call it because we are 35 minutes in, guys. We're 35 minutes in. Right, okay, let me just get started with this lesson, right? Because, yeah, and wallop the like. Let's get that like walloped. Yes. You see, this is what it's about. This here, I have some other notes. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of like put a bit of a kind of prerequisite knowledge on this idea of major scale, because, you know, some people are like, well, I don't understand it. It's just words, Ricky. it's just words, right? So everything's just words, really, if you think about it. But what we're going to do, we're gonna go do this. So we're going to look at this. We're going to look at major key. We're going to look at major key. Now, if we get into it, let me just do this. Yeah, hopefully we've got enough time. If I don't go off on too many tangents, these tangents are all worth it. If I don't go off on too many tangents, if I have time, I'm hopefully going to take this idea from this lesson of the major scale and show you how it relates to the major key and relates to the minor key as well, because I want you to see that they are associated. They are connected. Everything is connected, guys, and this is the thing. It's like, you know, it's like a big organic web thing, just like I say, you know, with the book. So what we've got there, we've got the major key, and this is what we're talking about. So what we do is, let me just go back a bit, yeah. So for a major key, when you have a major key, yeah, there you've got, essentially, you're going to have something called a major scale, okay? So we've got a major scale. I've gone back to this pen. I've chickened out, guys. I've chickened out. I've got a fountain pen, and I was going to do it with that, but I just thought it might be a bit too messy. I'll see if I can have a play around with that a bit more. So when you think of a major scale, yeah, what we've got, yeah, is we get 7 notes, okay? Not notes, notes. If I like the word notes, because if you change the T and the N around, it gives you tones, and that's exactly what it is. It's 7 different tones, okay? And the way we label them, and this is the way we do it in music. We label them. We label them with alphabet letters, yeah, the Greek ones, and the alphabet letters that we use are A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. That's it, guys. That's all we've got. We've got that there. Right. Now, those notes, however, those notes live within those 7 notes. They live within a whole system of 12 notes. There's actually 12 notes. I think that's fascinating. 12 notes. That's all we've got is 12 notes. Granted, they are in different octaves, yeah, but the 12 notes, that's all we've got. Look at your guitar. Just look at your guitar. Yeah? Look at your guitar there. You go up here, 0, and this is the thing to just take away from this. So look at this. Yeah, 12th fret. Well, 12th fret, double dots. Okay? 12th fret. The double dots mean you're starting again. This is an E, and at the 12th fret, that's an E. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then you get back to here. So we're there, okay? We've got that. That's what's going on. So we've only got 12 notes, but what we do is, yeah, each of those 12 notes is essentially, can be a starting note for a scale, yeah? Now, I've put that there. Those are the notes that we have, looking at it from a musical alphabet perspective. Yeah, but what we can actually do is let me just flesh these out a little bit, yeah, and so I can show you those 12 notes. So we go like this. We go A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B. Right, and you can see that what's happened is I've gone all the way here. Now, what happens is, we get these in-between notes. Some of them have in-between notes, but some of them, they don't have the in-between notes. B and C, here, these notes are right smack dab next to each other. These are what's called a half step apart, okay? These are a half step apart. And then we've got another one that does it. E and F, that's another half step. Now, I thought I'll bring some other resources into play here. Just going to move a few bits out of the way here, just so that I can show you. Because I do get these comments where people say, yeah, it'd be easier if you showed it as on a keyboard. All right, then, let's do that. Okay, so what I've got here is I've got this keyboard. I'm going to just pull this up here, guys. And hopefully you can see that what I've got, it's not plugged in for sound. You won't be able to hear it because you don't need to. So we've got C. This is the note C. Then we get D here, E, F, G, A, B, and then we get C here. And then what happens is it all starts again. The thing to notice with the keyboard is that we get a group of 2 black notes here, and then a group of 3 black notes here. And you'll see that pattern repeats. So there's 3, 2, 3, 2, 3. So that just carries on all the way along. This is like one string on your guitar. And this is the thing with guitar, it's like having 6 keyboards, essentially. So the thing that we need to know is where these happen. So if I go here, I said that was a C, this is D, this one here, this note here is E, and then next door to it is F. And I want you to look, and you can see there's no key in the middle there. That's where it's missing. Look, E and F next door to each other. Can you see that? This is a strange guitar, right? So we've got that there, okay? So we've got that E, F, then we've got a G here, we've got an A here, and then we get B here. And just to show you that it's repeated, I've used the same colours here, okay? This here, so you can see this is B and C down there, and if we go up that way, it goes up in pitch, and we get B, C this way. Yeah, so hopefully you can start to see that is called a half step, okay? So because it goes up a half of a step. A full step, we go up 2 notes, okay? And on guitar, let me just switch over to guitar. Let me just do that. How do I do that? Let's do it over here. I have my mouse just there. Right, so on guitar, what we have is, we have E here, and we have that F here. It's a little bit harder to see because the keyboard, because it's only one line, it's easier to fit into your head. Now, if you just think of the E string as just one keyboard, then you've got E, F, there, okay? Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to skip here. I'm going to go to G. I'm just using those alphabet letters. Remember that musical alphabet went A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and then it goes back to A again. So it goes back to A here, A, and then we go up a step, B, and then C. Look, B and C. B and C are just there. Yeah? Jaws. And then we go from the C, we go up a step, which is 2 frets, and we get to D, and then we go up a step, and we get back to E again. And if we're back at E, then you can make the assumption that we're back on F a half step higher, okay? And then that will carry on as well, which is cool on guitar, which is, you know, we've got a different way of understanding it. Now, the thing is, here, it's easy to see this on... It's easy to see this on the keyboard. You see this is a C here, right? This note here is a C. This note here has gone up a half step, and this, because it's a black key, yeah, this is either a sharp or a flat. So this is going to be a C sharp. If I go from this note, which is a D, and go back, then what happens is it becomes a D flat. So C sharp and D flat are exactly the same thing. And that, I think, is a lot easier to see, like you say, on the keyboard. But this is a guitar channel, yeah? But for people out there who want this visual to just help you to understand it, then it's probably going to be useful. So you can see, though, but hopefully you can see, in between B and C, no black key. It's missing, yeah? And in between the E and F, it's missing it there, and it misses again there, and it misses again up here as well. So that's what you're looking at there, okay? So, but these, you could look at this, you could think to yourself, C sharp, D sharp, E, F, F sharp, G sharp, A sharp, or alternatively, B flat, A flat, G flat. There's no F flat because that's really an E, yeah. Although you know, when you start mucking around with music theory of what you can do with it, then you know you can say that, but it makes it more difficult than it need be. E flat, we've got the D flat, we've got the C, okay. So all there you can see we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 notes again. That's all Pythagoras' fault, yeah? This is what it is. And basically, the story that, as I understand it, that Pythagoras went off to study with the Chaldeans, and they taught him about the monochord, and he divided it and did maths or something like that. And basically, he figured out there were 12 tones, and he tried to marry him up with the planets. Yeah, because it's like music of the spheres and stuff, and it was like, you know, but he was a bit of a nutter, was Pythagoras, a bit of a violent man, you know. So we won't dwell too much on Pythagoras, but the triangles thing comes in handy sometimes. So here it's a little bit harder for us to see on guitar. Yeah, you can see this. Look at this. This here. Yeah, there's no black keys, is there? Yeah, so what we've got to do is we've got to kind of know where the natural notes are. And I think it's always easier to know the natural notes first, because what you do is you use that relativity of knowing where you are to find somewhere new. Yeah, it's always easy to go somewhere new from somewhere you already know. Okay, it's like you move to a new neighborhood, you don't know the neighborhood, but you know where your house is, hopefully, because you need to find it again. Yeah, but then you find the local store. Yeah, and then you venture out a little bit further. You know, so that's the way to look at it. Yeah, but here on the guitar, we have to just first. I think it's important to plot these out. Now, what I'm saying with this is that each of these notes, like I said at the beginning, of the 12 notes that we have, can be the root note for a major scale, and a major scale can equal a major key. Yes, so the thing is, every note, you've got 12 notes, and those starting notes, the first note that you play, the tonic, yeah, of that key is going to be, can be any of these notes. So you can have an E starting note, E, F. So this one here can be F sharp or G flat. We've got a G here. We've got this one here. This is A, this is G here. So this one here, 4th fret on the E string, this could be, it could be A flat or it could be G sharp. Now I would go on the side of being an A flat, because the key of G sharp, if you try and work that out, it's just a nightmare. It's got double sharps and all sorts of nonsense going on. You just, you know, you're going around the houses to try and find it. Whereas A flat, nice and simple. Okay, there's A, there's B. So we've got a B flat there, or a key of A sharp, which we don't want A sharp, we want B flat. So just from really the way I think about it, because I'm a rocker really at heart, I suppose. F sharp is an important one for rock. You know, there's a video out there, somebody done that, F sharp being the most important note. So the thing is that I think of that as F sharp. I do think of it as G flat as well, but any of these other notes as I go up, I'm going to think of them as flats, but I'll go through them. So we've got A, B, right? And so this is going to be B flat, B, C. Obviously B and C next door to each other, we've already said. So there's C, there's D. You could think of it as C sharp, which has got 7 sharps in it, guys. Tracking all those sharps on a piece of music, it's a nightmare, right? So we don't want that. So what we want to do is we just want to think of it as being D flat, nice and easy. Yeah, so we don't have to get in any perilous territory with that. We've got D here, we've got E here. If we go back a half step, we get E flat. Yeah, so E flat. And for guitarists, tuning in E flat is nice. It makes your guitar sound more sexy. You know, it really does. Jimi Hendrix, all the greats have tuned to E flat, tuned down a half step. You know, so sonically, you know, you're in E flat. It makes sense. But hopefully that makes sense that you've got these 12 notes on your fretboard, but we experience them in a different way. Okay, to the old keyboard. You can see it's different. You know, we go up this way. That's a fret, that would be a fret, that would be a fret, 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 fret. That's the kind of the way to have some sort of equivalence with that idea. Okay? Let's have a look. So we've got that going on there. So I'm just going to move that keyboard. So hopefully that makes sense. So you can see that in here, and this is the way I think about the keys, guys. Like I was saying to you, it is, we've got A. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that flat key in there. That would be B flat. And then here I would have D flat. I wouldn't think C sharp because, like I say, it's a bit tricky. So that gives us that there. Then we get E flat here. Then we get G flat or F sharp. They're both pretty much the same amount of complexity. So I kind of think of that as F sharp and G flat. So looking at that string, you might think, well, you know, what is it? But this is thinking about it from being key notes. So tonics for the key, the note that starts the key. G to A, I'm going to call that one in between there and A flat. Then B is going to go down. That's going to be B flat. Oh, we've already done that. So B flat lives there. Hopefully that makes sense. But if I go like this, I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. and then we're back to the A again. And it's always going to turn around like that, guys. It's always going around and round and round like that. And I think that's the interesting way to understand it. So a key, some of these keys are way harder than others. And the reason I do C major is because it's got no sharps or flats. So we're going to get into that, okay? So we've got those 12 notes. And what we need to do is we need to understand, well, what the heck is a major scale? What is it? I've said that it's 7 notes, but what makes those 7 notes so special? And what about the major scale itself? What makes the major scale so special? Well, the major scale is basically, it's the foundation of Western diatonic harmony. So all the songs that you hear in the charts, in the charts and on the radio, all the songs you love, most of them use this, unless you're listening to Gamelan or some sort of like 32 tone series, stuff or whatever. I'm not saying this is the only way. And the funny thing is what I find fascinating is that before Western harmony was really prevalent, it was just a music nerdy thing, really. Lydian was considered kind of the most important scale structure, and Lydian's really sort of it's the brightest of the major sounds, and we're talking. Now what's he talking about? He's talking about modes. Do you think about it? These are the Greek modes. What was Pythagoras? It was a Greek dude. So it's all Greek. And there's some people say that music theory, it's all Greek to me. Well, it can be, and the oldest scale that we all, the oldest scale that we know coming from folk music was Dorian. That's the second mode of the major. So the thing is, you think to yourself, well, hang on, this Western diatonic, why is it on that? Why do we go for the Western diatonic? Well, this is the one that's done it. And I really think that this is Western diatonic harmony really took a grip when Cristofori invented the piano, because the piano is fixed. It's got the well-tempered clavier. Yes? Okay. 6-toed cats existed, but they were rare. Special sacred. That kicked off the whole thing. So the thing is, it is, and Maria said, 12. 12. It's a funny thing, I think Hendrix said 3, 6. Oh, it's Tesla. Sorry, 3, 6, and 9. If you knew the significance of those numbers, and Hendrix did if 6 was 9, and so he was probably reading through some of those books as well. But the thing is, numbers. There's a lot of ways that the numbers in music theory kind of work with each other and all connect, and it's like very. For me, it just feels designed. It feels like it's not accidental. How can pleasurable sound that we understand as humans be a part of this fixed mathematical kind of system? It's really bizarre, how it works. I mean, there are other ways of doing it, which I've been listening to something earlier on, and it had like 32 notes to the octave, and it's just like it just sounds out of tune because we've all tuned to this Western diatonic harmony here, so but I just, sorry, that was a tangent, just went off on one there, but because it's interesting, I think, to kind of think of it that this is what we've known, but the piano was like 1840 something, I think it was, when it started to become more mainstream. That's how long we've been listening to music like that. Prior to that, it was all mean tone and like weird sort of sounding. So this is the thing. It's really, really interesting. So the major scale, right? Well, what makes the major scale so important? And what I'm going to do is for the people who like the notation, because I do sometimes get grief for people who like the notation. I'm going to do this here, this alongside this. Rattlesnake Roy says, what about tuning to 432 hertz instead of 440? Would this be close to 432? I don't know. I've tuned my guitar to 432, and I can't. I think for me, just tuning down to E, half step. I think half step just sounds nicer. It's a strange one. So we've got to look at that. Right. So let me just look at this here. I'm going to show you this here. So I'm going to do it in letters here for people who can't read music, but I'm going to do some bits here for people who do as well. So we've got C, D, E, F, G, A, B, and then we go to C again, right? So if you see me do this before, you'll know that I like this. And the reason I'm doing this is because what I've done is, out of those 12 notes there, I'm basically selecting that one there. I could have selected any of those other ones there, but that would have extra complications of having to add sharps or flats to make this work. This is why you need to learn key signatures, guys, because if you learn key signatures, then you know which sharps and flats are in there. So we've got this here. So we've got the C, D, E here. Right, now, so, yeah, right, B is H in German, and B flat is, oh crikey, I know it is, and partly the reason is that it's because of Johann Sebastian Bach wanted to be able to spell his name. That's what I heard. So we've got C, we've got D, we've got E, we've got F, we've got G, we've got A, we've got B, and then we've got C again. So here's the thing, and this is a way, right? Okay. I've made it known before that I don't think too much about the cycle of fifths. Yeah, circle of fifths. Yeah, I'm not enamored with it. I think it's useful sometimes, but I think the thing is you have to understand how one key works. If you understand how one key works, then what you can do is, because guitar especially is a transposable instrument, you just move everything. You just move it all, and that's the thing. And then if you're working in, you have to work quick. Then you have to think quick and build those muscles. But what I'm saying is, the circle of fifths. It's kind of, I know it's one of those things that people feel that they have to learn. Circle of fifths comes in handy, yeah, if you want to transpose a piece of music to another key. You use it for knowing what chords to modulate to, yeah, what for key changes and everything else like that. But for the majority of songs that you and I are going to want to learn, they're all in one key. You don't need it. Even if you are looking at borrowed chords, for instance, yes, chords borrowed from another key. When you play a song and you go, where the heck has that chord come from? That's not from the key. You go, well, it's probably borrowed, yeah, and that's that thing. So the thing is, the circle of fifths, it doesn't make much sense to me, but I'm not deviating from it in this respect, because what I want to do is, because for me, what's more important than understanding the circle of fifths is tetracords, where the circle of fifths comes from. Yeah, this is a tangent. I've gone down a tangent now, right? Okay, so what we've got is, right, for me, H is non-existent. Let's have a look. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this here, right, and I just want to show you something here. First thing we need to know is the major scale. The major scale, yes, it has a formula. And we can look at it from this perspective here, guys. It goes root. Yeah, it's got a scale. We're looking at the scale. If we turn these into chords, then this note here becomes the tonic. There's the third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh. And then we've got the octave, which is a repeat, okay? But what we need to understand is that in between C and D, that's a step, yes? So that a step is a whole tone, okay? We get a step there. And this is the structure of the major scale. It never deviates. It's like a jig, it's like a jig for it's like for cutting wood. You put a jig in there, and you can cut the piece of wood to the same measurement. And this is what it is. It's a standardized set of notes, and that's the way I'm thinking about it. It's a set of notes. This comes in, once you understand that as well, it comes in easier to understand modes later on. I do have a modes lesson that I'm planning for you as well. 1, 2, 3. And so we've got step, step, half step, 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 half step. It's always that formula. It is always that formula, okay? Right. Now let me just address something with the freedom effect. I will say that the circle of fifths, it's good to see it there, but let me just tell you, and I know this, I just know this, because the thing is, it's unless you have that in your brain, it's easy to see the top keys, C major, the circle of fifths, okay? It's easy to see C major, it's a top, right? But what's at the bottom? What are the bottom three keys, in the 6 o'clock position, the 7 o'clock position, the 5 o'clock position? It gets lost. It's hard to memorize. You don't need to memorize it, so you don't need to memorize it. But here's a way of, if you want to know where that circle of fifth comes from, then this is what's going on here, okay? Okay, so look, so what we've got is, we've got this here. Now, what can be often missed with this is that we miss out on something here. It's easier to see with standard notation, because what we've got is we've got the root, we've got the second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, and then we're back at the octave there. This follows that same pattern. C to D, yes, D to E, that's a step. E to F is a half step, and I could even put that underneath there, but I don't want to, because what I want to do is I want to show you this. This is called the first notes here, the first four here, okay? This is a tetrachord. This is called a tetrachord. I've done a lesson on tetrachords before. And the tetrachord is the origin of the circle of fifths, the cycle of fifths, if you want to think about that, yeah? So here we've got this tetrachord, and the tetrachord always goes the same way. You can see this, it goes step, step, half step. So within that thing of learning whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half, yeah, there are two structures you need to know, because that is actually composed of two tetrachords, okay? 4 note groupings there. So what we can do is, if I go from this G to this A, that's a step. From this A to this B, that's a step, and from the B to the C, we get a half step there, guys. Can you see that structure is exactly the same as that? That's whole step, half step, whole step, half step. And then what happens is, in the middle, there, bridging it, we get a whole step. That's what's going on here, yeah? So C, D, E, F. If I put that little line there to split that tetrachord, hopefully you can see, look, step, step, half step, 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 half step. Now what happens is, right, watch this, because it's really cool. All right, are you ready? You're right, just pay attention on this bit, okay? Because this is where it gets really cool. This here is the root note for this key. This here is the key of the scale of C major, okay? It's the ingredients, if you will, for the key of C major. We harmonize these and we can get all our chords, okay? We harmonize them, we get our chords. But if we start from here now, you can see we've got a G, A, B, C, D, E, F, and then we get a G there. I'm going to put another tetrachord in here, but at this time, what I'm going to do is ignore this business here, because what's happening is this is the root, this is the second, this is the fourth, this is the fifth, this is the sixth, this is the seventh, this is the octave here. So we go up step, step, half step. We're going to still have this same structure under here, guys. Look, so look, I'm going to put that there. Step, step, half step. This needs to tally. This needs to tally for this to become a major scale, and then this, in between this fourth and this fifth, we need that to be a step as well. So G, A, B, C, then we get D, E, that's an F natural. Because we've got a half step in between that E and that F, this doesn't work. Yeah, we need that to be a whole step. There, we need it to be a whole step. So to do that, we have to raise that F, and that gives us that sharp. Do you understand? So you see, hopefully you see how this works here. I might be frying some of your brains, yeah, but this is how the tetrachords work. If I do it in normal here, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. I've gone from G to G here, and then if I go up here, that's that bridging step in between the two tetrachords, and then I'm going to invert that. I'm going to go step, step, half step there. And you can see that what happens is, to make that make sense, we have to put that F sharp in. And that F sharp is where we derive the sharp for our key signature. That is the key signature for G major. Yeah? It's easy to know because the last sharp here, okay, this last sharp here, it's the leading note to the tonic. Yeah, so it goes back to the tonic there, okay? So that's the way that this works, okay? So this is where these all come from. This is part of that thing. This is just to give you an idea that where these notes all work from. These all come from each other. Tetracords are an amazing thing to really get your brain around. Okay, tetracords, you can carry that around, and that if you carry that all the way around, what you'll end up with is the circle of fifths. Okay, the circle of fifths. That's what will happen. You'll end up with the circle of fifths. Do you need it? Don't know. But the thing is, personally, I like to know where things come from. I like to know, why these things happen. Okay, so that's what we're talking about here. Right. Went down a bit of a rabbit warren there. Now, Daryl says if you're a beginner, this guy is confusing. It might be Daryl's first time here. I've confused you all probably a lot before, but the thing is, what it does is it gives you a chance to rethink it and reconnect with this information. I'll just have a sup of this. Okay, so we've got that. So you can see this is how this thing all works. So we've got these 12 tones, and each of those tones can become these notes can become each of these 12 notes become the root notes for keys. Right. Okay. Let me just get back to the book. So what we've got is we've always going to have this system. So let me just draw out a few more examples. But what I want you to do is I want you to think about this. What I want you to do is I want you to think about this now, and hopefully this has added a little bit of a kind of a twist to how you see the major scale now, and how you understand. Daryl, this is a guitar class, mate. You know what I mean? It's not a free for all, mate. If you've got some questions, join the fretboard fraternity or whatever, and come in there and we'll answer them. Yeah. Anyhow, I'm gonna crack on. I'm gonna crack on with this. So, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do some examples and show you how this rigid structure for the major scale, how it works in a few different keys. I'll do it in a few different keys, but I'm gonna also include that line where the key, you could look at it and you can think, well, actually, the first four notes is the first tetrachord, and the second four notes, if that makes sense, the second grouping of four notes, well, that's the next key up, really, in the cycle of fifths. You want to think about it in that way, then you could do. You don't have to, but just adds that thing, so it helps you. So let's have a look. Let me write out some keys. And the thing to know with this is that the major scale, yes, the major scale is always the same structure. That's what I'm trying to get across to you guys. It's always the same structure. It's this jig. This jig here, right? Okay. So we go step, step, half step, 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 half step. Okay? Okay, does this make sense, guys? That's the structure we're looking at. And if you need, what I'll do is I'll put this here, right? We've got this. This is a step. And this symbol, the bracket is a step, and that little V-shaped bracket is a half step. So we're always going to have that going on there, okay? We're always going to have that going on there. And I'm going to put that there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, and then we'll put that there. So step, step, half step, 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 half step. Okay? Right, we've got that going on there. So before, what happened was, and I'll just do C major there, so we have the ingredients there at hand, so that we can compare them. This is the great one for comparison. Okay, so we've got C major. Right, guys, can somebody just put in a new tonic in the chat there? Somebody put a note in that we're going to start out of those 12 notes that we had. Out of those 12 notes that we had there, those there, just give me one of those there. Let's keep it a random one, and then we'll add it to this while I write out. I'll do 4 examples. Okay. Right. Okay. Let's have a look at this. So we've got this here. So I've got a couple here. Has anyone got? Let's have a look. So we've got F sharp here. We've got F sharp. We've got the key of F sharp. Okay. Let's have a look. F sharp. Let's do the key of F sharp. Right. We're going to do F sharp. We've got plenty of examples here. So here, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to write that F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F. Now, if I left that, it would not make sense because A to B is not a half step. Okay, A to B is not a half step, and so what we need to do is we need to make sure that this all tallies up here. Have I done something wrong there? No, I haven't. Step, step, half step, 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 half step. Right. Okay, we're good. A, B, C, D, E, F. Right. Okay. So let's make sure we include that F sharp there. Let me just put that there for the key signature for 5. Right. So remember, F sharp. Yes. We're gonna have some double sharp, some complications going on here. It's not the easiest one. I should have chose a bit more easy one. So that's Father Charles goes down and ends. Right. So there we go. The problem with this is the key of F sharp. Okay. We've got Father Charles goes down and ends. That's the beauty of learning that mnemonic. What we do is we look at the last sharp. Do you remember me saying that we had the leading note? What did I call it? Is it on this sheet here? Yeah. So I was saying here, look, the F sharp here is the leading note. In the key of C, the leading note is the 7th note leading up to the tonic again there, right? So the same thing is going to apply here. So if I take this note here and go up a half step, that's going to give me my key. Okay. So here we've got an E sharp. Can you see the dilemma? E sharp. What is an E sharp really? Yeah. E sharp. Right. Should I do this? Hang on. Let me bring this wieldy beast up here. This is the problem, because you end up naming things twice. This is enharmonic equivalence, yeah? So if we get an E, there's an E, and we go up and we sharp it one, we get this. This is an E sharp. Does it say it's an E sharp there? It doesn't, does it? But the thing is, we go, right, okay, let's just adhere to the rule. Let's just follow the rule, okay? We follow the rule. And we can see that we've got an E sharp, which we know enharmonically is really an F. We raise it a semitone, and that equals F sharp. So that tells us what we've got to do in as key. Right? Now I can see I've got to have an F sharp, Father Charles. I've got to have a C sharp. And then I've got to have a G sharp. I'm just taking these directly from the key signature and putting them in there. G sharp. Then what happens is I get Father Charles goes down. I get a D sharp. Yes. And then we get an A sharp. And then we get this E sharp. Yeah, which is really sounding an F. It's written like that, but it's sounding an F. And so this is where the kind of confusion comes in. I've got to change that to an F sharp because that is the tonic and that is the tonic there. But hopefully you can see here, guys, it has worked itself out. We still get, with that rigid structure, hopefully you can see, between F sharp and G sharp, you know, to get that, you're going to have to add another fret to get that E. Well, E, can we fit another one in there? Can we, you know, a phantom fret? So we've got this F sharp to G sharp, it's a whole step. G sharp to A sharp, it's a whole step. A sharp to B, yes, is a half step. B to C sharp is a step. C sharp to D sharp is a step. D sharp to E sharp, which is really an F, is still a step. But E sharp, which is F, yes, is a half step away from an F sharp. Okay? Does that make sense? Does that make sense there, guys? So look, we've got that there. We have step, step, half step, 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 half step. So these notes, the mnemonic, Matthew says the mnemonic. Okay, yeah, of course I can. Here, and it's very easy. This is the order, right? And this is why I think I did a lesson, and it ties into the fretboard so much, of sharps. It ties into this really well. An order of flats, right? The order of flats. So sharps there, flats there. Okay. So we're going to do this. It goes. This is flats. It goes this way. It goes battle, ends, and down goes Charles's father. Okay. Flats go this way. Sharps go this way. So that's all you need to remember. If you do this harmonic, okay, if you do this mnemonic, yeah, you can see that it works. It's the same words. This is, I know I've asked this before. It's not a palindrome. It's not, it's not like race car is race car backwards. It isn't. It's a different thing. Battle ends and down goes Charles's father. Yeah. And my harmony teacher taught me this, and it stuck. And that guy just knew stuff that I will never know. He wrote a whole thing about the German sixth, a whole treatise on it. Yeah. So the thing is, it's a really good way of understanding it. Then we just do that. Just battle ends. That's the order of the flats. Battle ends and down goes Charles's father. So when I go through this key signature here, I'm just saying this backwards. Father Charles goes down and ends battle. Father Charles goes down and ends. So I've got another sharp that I can add there, which would be a B sharp. Which, if you think about it, what is a B sharp? It's really a C. So you see, then you raise that a half step, and you get the key of C sharp, which is awful. We don't want it when we can have D flat. It's easier. Right. We put some keys in there. Somebody put some keys in. Let's have a look. So we started off on F sharp, which was a little bit tricky. But let's have a look. Let's see what's what. Has anybody put any flat keys? I want to do a flat key. B flat. Okay. So B flat. Watch. I'll just start here again. The structure. Telefunken says, can we do this in H? And Jason's got it right there. Jason has got it right there. 736251. Go figure. David. I'm just going to put that. I'm going to put that up. There was another one I was going to put up there. 63251. Go figure. This is a pearl of wisdom here, guys. You need to cling on to this. I did a video called the Guitar Fretboard Rosetta Stone. Okay. The cycle of fourths. Yes. If you start on your thin E strings, if you start on your thin E string and work towards the ceiling, that's the circle of fifths. If you start on the thick E string and work down towards the ground, that's the circle of fourths. Yes, that's the circle of fourths. Okay? Right? The circle of fourths is the magical telephone number, the magic pizza shop that I have mentioned in a video that I did last year. And I think it's called the Guitar Fretboard Rosetta Stone. 7, chord 7, chord 3, chord... I'm going to put that up again, actually. Chord 7, wobbly bob, chord 3, Phrygian, Aeolian, Dorian, Mixolydian, Ionian. Can you see that? Can you hear what I'm saying? Can you equate with that? You see, so the thing is, when people comment and say, bottle ends and down goes Charles's father, yeah, it isn't just that. It's cool because, look, yeah, it's a cool thing because here, yes, here, battle ends and down goes Charles's father, we can use it for key signatures and for understanding keys and things, but this here is the magic formula. We took the guitar, and I've done this lesson, guys. I did this lesson last year as well. The guitar is a 5-string instrument. The way that it's tuned and everything, it's absolutely majestic. Yeah, once you understand this, you start to see where everything is. You know? You start to see where everything is. You use grids, and you use string pairs, and you use caged octaves, and you can just chuck it around everything, around everywhere, if you understand this, yeah? So, David, I'm really pleased that you kind of put that in there. Go figure, yeah? That's just really, that's gold. Yes, so this is a good moment. Also, Jason put this in. This is not to be underestimated. E sharp equals F. Takes a bit of mind bending to get your head around that is the thing, but that's just basically it's called enharmonic equivalence. Okay. I tried to order pizza, but their number was not in use. Look, so I'm just saying you need to hunt out that old video because it's a good one. It is a good one, and it's like I say, it is the Rosetta Stone. So Sean says fifths is high E to low E, fourths is low E to high E. Yeah, why do you think I talk about inversions? You know, I think you might have even asked this, Sean. You know, you said, why do we need to know about inversions? Well, a perfect fourth, if you invert it, is a perfect fifth. A perfect fifth, you invert it, is a perfect fourth. Yeah, remember those rules about all that stuff. So it's just understanding that, and then you can understand your fretboard. Yeah, this is a lot. You know, I know this is basic music theory that I'm going over, but a lot of this is applying it to the B sharp is C. Exactly, Phil. Yeah. Look, yeah, it is. You know, it's about applying this stuff to the fretboard, and it becomes cracky. 736251 is the CID for. That sounds complicated. This is nowhere near complicated. Nicotinic acid, a chemical formed with the cracky. That sounds like a bit of a car registration number plate on the end of that one as well. So what I'm saying is this is all related, guys. This is completely all related. Let me do another key. I'm going to do the key of B flat. Okay, let's see how we're going on for time. We're going on here. Right, okay, so we've got B flat. Let me just write this out, okay? I'm just going to write it out, and then what I'm going to do is I'll write out the key signature. B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B. Notice I don't repeat any of the letters, guys. Yeah, I don't go B, C, C sharp, or any of that, you know, nothing like that. Doesn't happen. Just like here, we could have got a bit confused here. That's an E sharp. It's still got the letter E, but we've put that sharp on it to alter it to match the sound of an F, if that makes sense. Yeah. So that works there. Now the key signature. My brain was saying you should do that in calligraphy with your fountain pen, Ricky. The key signature for flat keys is like this. That the next to last flat is the key. Yeah? That is the key. Is the key. Now this becomes a problem when it comes to the key of F, because with the key of F you've only got that one, so you have no next to last flat. Just remember that F only has one flat. It's the easiest way around it. Or get some standard notation. Get a pen, some paper, and do tetracords going backwards. It's when we do tetracords going up, yeah. Like I said to you, look, tetracords going up, that's the circle of fifths. If we do them going backwards, however, it becomes the circle of fourths. So the key below C major would be F. Hopefully that makes sense, because that's the one that would have the B flat in it. Okay, so let me just scroll back to this one here. So B flat. Okay, let me put these notes on and I'll answer your question there as well, Winston. Let's have a look. So B flat, I've got to call it, I've got to put the flat on for it to become B flat. There's the root note. Let's apply it to that there. But we also have another accidental, yes, another alteration to a natural note so that we can maintain this rigid structure, yeah, of tone, tone, semitone, or step, step, half step, 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 half step. We've got an E flat in. If I don't put that flat on that E and it remains an E, then we've got a whole step here, which can't happen because this has got to be a half step. So I have to put that flat on there. So look, we go step, step, half step, 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 half step. Does it tally? B flat to C, that's a step. C to D, it's a step. D to E flat is a half step. E flat to F is now a step. F to G, step. G to A, step. A to B flat is a half step. That structure, that major scale structure, has not changed in any way whatsoever. So now I'm going to answer Winston's question there. Winston says, now you have a formula and the notes in the scale. How do you use that information? Well, the thing is, why do you even need to know the names of these notes? You know? Well, one of the things is for main thing is sometimes somebody says, yeah, you don't need to know your alphabet letters on your fretboard or whatever. You don't need to know your note names. And you just play the patterns or whatever. But you can get away with doing that. But the thing is, if somebody says we're in the key of F, you want to go to the key of F and play everything. You want everything that you want to play. It just rolls out in front of you. And I've often said this before. It's when somebody says a key to me, you know, so they say, I don't know, the key of A flat. What happens is, in my mind, it's almost like a toolbox that opens up and it goes, and I go, right, I know where everything is. I know where my tools are. Yeah, because I need that origin point, that epicenter to pinpoint, you know, to determine where everything it lives. Yeah. Also, so for finding the tonic of your key, you need to know your alphabet letters on your fretboard and on your keyboard or on any instrument. Yeah. You need to know it for finding root notes for chords. You need to know it for finding root notes for scales. You need to know it for root notes for arpeggios, because we have 3 ways of understanding pitch. We have chords, scales, and arpeggios. Okay, this is the way we are kind of looking at it here. Now, here's a kind of a cool thing that what we can do with this, right? And I've got a lesson as well coming out this month about Roman numerals. Okay, Roman numerals are super useful because what they are, you can use Roman numerals to represent any key, all of the keys. Okay, so this here, so using the order of sharps and flats, where do you start and stop? Obviously start on the tonic, but don't understand where the new flat came from and why only E flat. The E flat, if you think about it, if you started on a B flat, I worked it out from here, Gibby, right? But what I could have done is I could have started with that note and worked it out just by using the structure, okay? You don't mix, by the way, you don't mix sharps and flats in your key signatures, okay? Okay, so the thing is, yeah. So the intervals 7, 3, 6, 2, 5, 1, 4 are the numerical equivalent of note names. You don't need to know both, but they're stabilized for. Yeah, they're a brilliant tool. Yes. So the thing is, so I could have started on the B flat, yeah, and then I could have gone up and worked out what a step was, B flat to C. And you know what? Sometimes, you know, that's a useful thing to do. MZ, don't worry about this. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that yet. Yeah, we will get there. Yeah, but the thing is, what I want to do is I want you to see this. Right. Now, hopefully, because you'll see, hopefully that answers your question there, Gibby. You just got to work it out, and then you'll find that by working out, starting up and maintaining this structure of step, step, half step, 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 half step, the only notes you'll have are the ones that you come up with here you'll find that you have no choice but to have an E flat. Okay? You would have no other choice for that to appear. And then that would be like, oh, where's that come from? Okay? And this is how you would discover it. So I would always recommend sitting down and working this stuff out note by note. If you sit and work it out note by note, yeah, then you'll go, right, I understand it. You've got to put the work in. Yeah, this is something that happens. Yeah, Christopher says Nashville numbers. You can use Nashville numbers. The only thing about Nashville numbers is that it sometimes when you mix between the minor, then you have to say it's the 1 minor, the 4 minor, the 5 minor. You have to kind of like say a little bit more in there. It is another system, and I've actually got that in my list of videos to do. But here, it isn't okay, Jason. No, it isn't. It isn't. Let me just say this, right. So the thing is, right, if you're in a key, and if you come across a piece of music, generally, standard notation, proper written music, and you see that you look at it and you go, all right, it's in a flat key, and then a sharp happens. Yeah, that can confuse you, and you go, oh, hang on, what's going on here? Or a natural happens, or something mixing accidentals, then you know that you've moved out of your bog standard major and minor. You're into the harmonics and the melodic minors. Because there are 3 minors. Yeah, I've got a lesson on that coming up as well. Sean, yes, I do have a vid on the 63251 thing. It's the fretboard Rosetta Stone, if I'm not mistaken, that video. So the right chord charts in either flats or sharps. Do not mix them. Yeah, a flat key is a flat key. Yeah, you do have an enharmonic equivalence. Like I say, the key of F sharp is the same as the key of G flat sonically. The sound is the same. Yeah, the chord sounds are the same, but the names are different. And if you try and and you'll find G flat and F sharp, they're kind of they're very similar. So G flat it's got the same number of flats as F sharp has sharps. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sharps in the key of F sharp, yeah, and there's 6 flats in the key of G flat. It's kind of like 6 of one, half of the dozen. Pick one, yeah, okay. Bit on the order of the sharps and the flats. Okay, Gibby. There is a lesson on the channel, and it's all about key signatures, and I go over all that stuff there. It is 7362514. Yeah. So, Mrs. Ricky's put that up there. She's put a link to the video in the chat there. So, doing a quick recap. What did I miss? Tetracords. Yes. Split the major scale. You can split the major scale, and when you split that major scale, then you can see what the next key is in the circle of fifths. Okay, it's really easy. Yeah, the fifth of any scale, yeah, is the root note of the next key up in the circle of fifths. If that makes sense. Okay, does that make sense? Right. Okay, but look, I need to crack on with this, guys, because I did want to. How are we doing for time? I did want to. Where's my pointer? My pointy thing here. See what we're doing for time. 1:34. Okay, let's do this. She does. So let me just switch it back over to this here. Now, what we're going to do is remember what I did here on this sheet. Yeah, I said this was root, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th. We could think of those. We could just use them as numbers. Yeah, root is the first. It's number 1. Yeah, we can do that the same here with this. And I'll just put these, and I'm just going to put these in little columns like this. I'm going to take those there because they're all the same. That's 1. That's the first note. This is the second note. This is the third note, if I can get it in there. This is the fourth note. This is the fifth note. You won't believe it, but this, is what helped me to understand how a mixing desk works. If you've done any recording and you know how a mixing desk works, you know that basically what a channel on a mixing desk does. If you understand one channel, you understand the one next to it, and the one next to it, and one next to it, and one next to it, and one next to it. Yeah, so 6, and then we take this one here. All right, and then I'm going to fit that in there. Yeah, I can do. I don't want that C in there, and that's 7. So my 7 notes are all there. Okay. Thank you very much, Doug. Thank you for that. I appreciate that, mate. So you can see there 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now what we can do, and I'll do this quickly, right? I could do that in Roman numerals. The way we do Roman numerals is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then we've got 7 there. Now this is standard Roman numerals. What drives me potty about this is you don't build the tonality in with this. You know what? If you've seen enough of my videos, you'll know that I harp on about this all the time, right? So what we do is we by adding serifs on the Roman numeral, okay, what we can do is we can define the tonality. So serifs on the top of the Roman numeral mean it's a major sound, okay? We're gonna that means it's a major sound. If we do lowercase, it means it's a minor sound, okay? So this doesn't tell you any of that. Everything just looks kind of maybe major. And even worse, when somebody does it and they go like this. It really grinds my gears when they do it all in uppercase Roman numerals like that. Because it just looks like every ruddy chord is major. 1 major, 2 major, 3 major, 4 major, 5 major, 6 major, 7 major. You try and play that and it's going to sound crap, okay? Okay, so the thing is, what we need to do is we need to add this to the mix. So this here, this is 1. Remember this. This is the thing. What's the name of this video, guys? What was the name of the lesson in the book? Yeah? You need to memorize this. Yes? You need to know it. This is important. Right? So we do this here. Now, there's wobbly bob at the end. Diminished is wobbly bob. I call this here. We've got to know this because we know that chords 1, 4, and 5 are our majors. Chords 2, 3, and 6 are our minors. And chord 7 is a diminished. Yes, it's diminished. That's wobbly bob. So you can see that we get 3 major chords, 3 minor chords. Okay? And then we get this diminished chord here. So this is all you need to do, is to add this. Okay? You just need to add this. Okay? That's all you need to do. And then, so what I can do now is I can look at this. If I understand and memorize the tonality, it goes like this, guys. Major, minor, minor, major, major, minor, diminished. Right, I'm going to go back to that in a minute, yeah, but what I want you to do is, you sat at home, yeah, you're all sat at home, right, and I want you to listen, I want you to do this, you've got to do this, and you've got to join in with me, and we'll do it 3 times together, right, and what I want you to do is, I want you to do this until next week's lesson. Until next week's lesson. Next week's lesson, I want you to be able to come back and I want you to be able to recite this order to me. Okay? You need to be able to recite this. You're going to join in with me now. Okay? We're going to do it 3 times together right now. This is interactive stuff. So, you ready? Say it with me. If you say it, you can play it. Yeah? Right. Major, minor, minor. Major, major, minor, diminished. Okay? Let's do it again. Major, minor, minor. Major, major, minor, diminished. One more time for good luck. Major, minor, minor. Major, major, minor, diminished. Right? Actually, I lied. Let's do it one more time. And if you've got a pen, write it down. Major, minor, minor. Major, major, minor, diminished. You need to know this. You need to know this. Here's why. You see this? These 2 minor chords next to each other. Yeah, when you are trying to work out songs and you're trying to transcribe a song, and you see that 2 minor chords are next to each other, that's a big indicator of which chords in the key they are. You need to find out what the key is. You play a song and you go, oh, I can find the chords. You write the names of the chords down and you start saying, and you go, all right, okay. Look at it here. You see the same thing happen here. Okay? Look at that. Major and major. 2 major chords next to each other. Yeah? Look at this. If you saw an F and a G in your chord progression, you look at that relationship and you can say, well, they're a step apart, just like these. You know that that's major and that's major. And you start to think to yourself, okay, let's have a look at this. We've got that there. Major, major. All right, okay. So those 2 are there together. If I go back a fifth, I can find out what key I'm in. I'm just missing 1 major chord because there's only 3 major chords in the key. 3 major chords in the key. And that's the thing. This is the thing, guys. This is the thing. C major chord appear, any chord can appear 3 times in a key. Yeah? So look at this. Frank said primary triads and secondary triads. C major, yeah, C major can be chord 1. C major could be chord 4, and C major could be chord 5. C major would be chord 1 in the key of C. Yes. C major would be chord 4 in the, sorry, it wouldn't be chord 4. It would be, yes, it would be chord 4 in the key of B flat. It would be, no, is it? What am I on about? Not B flat. Where am I going wrong there? I've had a brain fart. This would, in the key of F, sorry, I'm thinking the key of F. So in the key of F, chord 5, it would be C. And in the key of, my brain's gone, guys. Help me out here. What's chord 4? If C major is chord 4, yes, what key is it? Work it out. Count up 4 from C. Can somebody put it in the chat? That's what I'm saying. Where's my brain gone? Of course, I'm a numbskull. It's key of G. G, 1, 4, 5. Right, okay. G, G, A, B, C. Yeah, it's chord 4. What am I on about? Key of G. Yes. Okay, right. Are we getting there? Does this make sense? I'm just concerned of going down the rabbit warren a little bit. Yeah, here. But it is digging into this. It is digging into it, yeah? Okay? Right, okay. Everybody's getting there. Key of G. Brilliant. Right. So you can see that C is chord 1 in the key of C. It's chord 4 in the key of G, and it's chord 5 in the key of F. So you think to yourself, oh, there's a C chord here. Which key am I in? Then you can kind of equate it to 3 keys then, pretty much straight away. Ronnie, don't go down the mode route. We're not thinking modes yet. This is something completely different. That modes is something modal thinking is a little bit different. And yeah, I did say C. But I had a bit of a brain fart there. So it happens. What else I want to add to this, and I know this is like, I think music theory is about conveying ideas. Yes, it's about sharing ideas with other musicians and be able to translate ideas easily from one person to the next. So the thing is, what I tend to do is I just use these symbols. Now, this delta sign here, I use that for major. Yeah, I just use that I just think that means major. And now, if you're strict about it, yeah, you're going to use it for just for major 7. And you're going to use this for minor, major, minor, and then you get that diminished, which is wobbly bob at the end there. Yeah, you've got that wobbly bob right at the end is the awkward one. So we've got major, minor, major, minor, diminished. Okay? Does this make sense, guys? Does this make sense? Now, what we can do, this is the cool thing, guys. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Let's just take a breather. Hang on, I think I might need some water instead of some tea. Let's have some water. Right, and a little blow of the old Nez. Because we're getting into this, guys. Are you ready? Are you ready for this? Okay, so what we've got. I'm going to go to C major. So you remember this? You know the cycle of thirds, yeah, right? What we've done so far is we've looked up the string, yeah. We've looked up a string and tried to relate everything to this string, which is this linear. It's a linear idea. Now, this is what I think is the attraction of the circle of fifths, is that it isn't linear, because it all connects up back to itself, and that's kind of some sort of miracle. I do have tea today, Ronnie. I do have tea. It's just gone a bit tepid. Yeah. Keyboard. Linear. It's linear. Yeah. So what we need to do is, if I just put this here, hopefully I'll draw it pretty enough, right? I'm going to do it like this. This is another way of thinking about key. Because what I want to do is I just want to get into this thing. I want to transfer this information here. This major, minor, minor, major, major, minor, diminished. But I want you to see that this works with every single key. All the keys. Major keys. Yeah. C major. We're going to start there. C. What comes after C is D. We get E. We get F. We get G. We get A, we get B, and we get C. And we're going to put it, instead of in a linear fashion, because what I think happens is, when something's linear, it ends, and it's abrupt, and you don't see where it connects. Yes, and this is the thing, okay? This is the thing. So if we look at this, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, what I can do now is I can apply my chords to this now. Let me just pull this up here so it's just insights, and you can see, and you can cross over that one information to the other there, right? So C major is chord 1. And that's going to be major tonality. That's the way I'm going to do it. Okay. D here. Okay. Well, that is chord 2. And that's minor. I'm going to go there. I'm going to put that little M there to show that it's a minor. Okay. I can do this with chord 3. Chord 3 there. You can see here. It's minor. Okay. I'm going to put that there. F. Well, it's major. So we're going to have that there. Chord 4. Major. We've got this one here. G. Major. Put the tonality on the inside. Put the chord name on the outside. Yeah. So this is a cycle. You just expressing. Move the paper down a tad. Yeah. Is that better? Okay. Right. Okay. So the thing is, this is expressing the key in a circle. Yeah. Looking at the key in a circle. Now we can see that next one, A, is chord 6. And that is minor. And like I say, B here, that's wobbly bob, which is diminished. I have to do a t-shirt for wobbly bob. So this is C major. Look, I'll put the key signature in just so that you can see how many sharps or flats it's got. None. That's why we like C major. Right? Now, if you looked at that drawing in 3D, oh, Claude, yes. Because the G would be the starting point for another key that goes round. You've got this vortex of keys, and that's it. You see, this is the way to understand it. This is a really cool way to understand it, Claude. Does everybody understand what Claude was on about there? Do you get what Claude was on about? Yeah? G becomes, going around that tetrachord. Yeah? Go around the tetrachord. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's your tetrachord. Yeah, those are the notes. You've turned them into triads, right? And then there's the root of your new key. Boom, goes round again. But obviously you have to make your amendments and add your sharps and your flats. But like I say, linear, it terminates. It terminates in your thinking, whereas cyclical keeps going on. Now, okay, this is it. All right. This is the thing. This is major. Now the thing is, like I said, major's all about the Western tonality. Major is what we use to create happy music, bright, cheerful music, right? But that isn't the only music that we make. We make sad music, melancholic music, and that involves the minor key, okay? And I'll just put that there, minor. Major and minor, the two sides of the same coin, guys, you know? So I'm doing my yin and yang thing here. Yin and yang. Let me make sure I say it right, okay? Just colour that in a bit. Hopefully you can see what that means, what I'm saying there. Right? So, they're the same sort of thing. This is, and isn't this life? Isn't this, there's some saying about art reflecting life. Happy, sad. Music is the language of emotion. We need to be able to tap into it all and understand it all. Okay? There's so Clark Kent says there's a D minor as part of the key of of C major. Yes, it's the second chord. It's the second chord along. Let me just play these chords for you, all right? And I'll play these for this is just so you can hear them. Yeah. So we've got this, right? What we've got. So this is how it sounds. Duality is everywhere. Yes. Right. Here's the scale. Yes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and that's 8, which is the root note again, yeah? Play it as chords. I'll do my diminished like this. Okay? Those are 7 chords. Those 7 chords they only come from those 7 notes, just stacked on top of each other. That's how we get chords, okay? So C major, D minor. That's the second chord. Because the root note of that D minor comes from the second note of the C major scale, okay? So, okay, Bob remains uncommitted. Yeah, Bob's a funny one. Bob's funny until Bob doesn't really come into play too much until we start moving into harmonic minor and melodic minor and those other minors, okay? So, anyhow. So we've got this business going on here. Now, what I want to show you, and I think if I will show you it in a linear fashion, and I have done this before. I'm going to come back to this because I want you to see how this works, right? I'm going to show you in linear fashion, and then I'll come back. If I do that C major, remember I had C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A. Right, that's all I need to do, right? You see, those are all the notes there. What I'm going to do is, because I know it goes major, minor, minor, major, major, minor, diminished, I'm just going to do that, okay? Look, you ready? Watch. So I go, I'm going to put that symbol above there. Major, minor. Oh, Ricky, come on. Hang on. I've got my little Tipex tape. We can do this. There we go. I love this stuff. I love those to bits. Right, so minor, major, major, minor, diminished. And I'm carrying this on for a reason. You'll see why in a moment. Major, minor, minor, major, major, minor. Right, okay. So what I've done is I've just done the major key there, really. Essentially, here, if we go up here, here is the major key. These are the chords in the major key. I put that minor symbol there. I'm going to call that D minor. This here, E minor. F, G, A minor. B, diminished. C, D minor, E minor, F, G, A minor. So I've just repeated that there. So this becomes chord 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There. Now here's what happens. Yes. Major and minor are inversions of each other. Yeah? It's like an hourglass. You know an hourglass, you tip it up, it's still the same sound. Okay? It's like an hourglass, and it pivots on this one here. What happens is, yeah, this A minor here becomes the tonic. Yeah, so here in C major, this is the tonic for this. Okay? Tonic for the minor key. This is why it's called the relative minor. Because it's relative to the major key. The major key is relative. You could think of the major key as being relative to the minor there. So chord 6 is the same as 1 there. Let me just write these Roman numerals out. I'm going to draw them out horribly at first, and then I'll put the serifs on and the dots. Right, so 4, 5, 6, 7, and then we're back to 1 again. Right, now I've put my first tonality marker on there, indicator of tonality. So we've got 1, right, this is 2, and that's going to be diminished. That's going to be major. This is going to be minor. This is going to be minor as well. Look, you can see above there. There's no serifs on the top of that, okay? Minor. Then we get, oh, sorry, my bad. That's major. And then that's major as well. What I was thinking about was the scale formula, because the scale formula for A minor, for the minor, relative minor, goes, and if we could do it like this. Right, I'm going to do them upside down, actually, these. We go step, half step, 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 half step, step, and then we've got a wonky tooth. Because this is what I call bulldog's teeth. If I put that there, can you see how it looks like a bulldog's teeth with the underbite, and you've got the canines here? I know it's weird, yeah, but I call it bulldog's teeth, okay? But you can see that how that works is it goes step, half step, 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 half step, step, step. And really, if you think about it, if we start on there, you can see we've got the step, step, half step. That's his first tetrachord. There's the step that joins them, and then that would join up again. Right. So we've got this here. So that's always going to be the case. So the thing is, the minor key is an inversion of the major key. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and then we get back to the A again there. So you'll find that works out. Notice, guys, these notes, we had C, D, E, F, G, A, C, D, E, F, G, A, B for the C major scale. We've not added any different notes. There's no sharps or flats been added. So the thing is, it's just using the same notes. We're just starting on a different note. It's the different order. This is the major is the most important order. Minor is the next, the lesser important order. Yeah. So if we come back to this here, what we can do is we can actually look at this here, this circle, and we can think to ourselves, well, hang on, that's going to be 1 in the minor. This is going to be 2 in the minor. This is going to be 3 in the minor. This is going to be chord 4 in the minor. This is chord 5 in the minor. This is chord 6 in the minor. And this is chord 7. Because they're related. Yeah? There's still going to be, there's still 3 major chords and 3 minor chords and 1 diminished. It's just the starting point. So when you're thinking major, you go there. When you're thinking minor, you go there. How do you think when we play our minor pentatonics? Have you seen this lesson when I talk about the box 1 minor pentatonic? I say that's your minor pentatonic and that's your major pentatonic. Why does it work? Yeah? It's because there's this minor third between it. Look, the distance between A and C, it's a minor third. Okay? This is, so the thing is, this is another way of understanding it and be able to link this stuff. But the main thing, guys, now I hope I haven't over-egged the pudding with this. And I know it's a lot to get your head around. And it will require probably a couple of viewings of this lesson. Mr. Super Sidewinder, 4 and 3 major, 3 and 4 minor, 3 and 3 diminished, 4 and 4. Those are half steps. Yes. So the thing is, we've got notes in C major scale are all natural. No shit. Clark Kent, Colin C. Dilithium crystals. Let's have a look. So in a key there are root. Well, the root. For key you call it the tonic because it's the tone of the key. Yeah, you call it the tonic. Root note relates to a chord scale or an arpeggio, which is really, you want to think about it as being a subset to the key. Yeah. So the thing is, it's like you think about everything starts with a note. Yeah, you know. Yes, watching in sections. Yeah, this is the thing. Okay, this is the thing. There's a lot. I wanted to impart this, but you know, I didn't want this to be like the other lesson that I did on it, which I felt was like, yeah, that was okay. But what I felt is I wanted to relate to you that steps and half steps in the major key, yeah, they're just a different starting point in the minor key. Does that make sense? But now you know why. Does this make sense? Yeah, it was a deep one. This one it went full on. Did this? Yeah, and so because we got into tetracords. Hopefully, you know, you start to see key in a different thing. I guess the really important thing that I want to say to you is that you need to understand key. Key is critical. It's the key. Yeah, understanding key signatures. So the easiest keys, really, what we do with keys is when we're starting out, C major, no sharps or flats. Understand how everything works in that key, how the structures work, where the major chords are, where the minor chords are, where the L7 grid lives. What's the L7 grid? Yeah, I've just said to you here. Yeah, we've got 3 major chords. Where is it? The sheet. There's a sheet here. There's lots of sheets here. Yeah? Let's have a look. Yeah, I've done it here. So it's here. I've just said to you, major chord, major. 3 major chords, 3 minor chords. Yeah? 3 minor chords. What's the L7 grid, guys? What's the 7/7 grid? It's just how you group those minor and major chords on the neck using string pairs. That's it. It really is. Okay? And I want to, just hammer that idea. Yeah. Alex said something there. Inversion. Finally understood inversion. You're just turning it on its head. Yeah? Not Richard Key. Ruined Sky for me. I don't know what that means. So, hopefully, okay, I think these are probably tidy enough. What you need to do is you need to go through some of this, yeah, and keep it in simple keys. Yeah, but it's starting to make a lot of sense. Yeah, it's gonna be. But the thing is, if you want to go somewhere new, yeah, you want to get better, you've got to get out of comfort zones. Comfort zones are where dreams go to die. Yeah, so we don't want that. So really, this was one we got into the theory side of things. We did some theory. I said it was going to be theory. The freedom effect: major, minor, minor, major, 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 minor, diminished equals 2-2-1, 2-2-2-1. Example key. Yes, exactly. Yeah, work out some keys, guys. Right? There is. Red Walrus. Thanks, Ricky. Helpful as always. Thank you very much for that, Red Walrus. But look, there is another one. There is another lesson. There is a lesson on key signatures as well. I'll post it in the fretboard fraternity, and I'll post it in the PDF club, and I'll post it into. And I'll post it in the Facebook group as well. Just to remind you, just where key signatures. If you can read your key signatures, you can read them and you can go, Father Charles goes down. Down. That's a D sharp. Raise it a half step. That means I'm in the key of E. That's my start note. Go up, right up, step, 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 half step, 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 half step. Work it out. Jig it out on a piece of paper with pencil. Yes, with pencil, unless you're really confident. Yeah, so I think that's probably the best one. Shalita says the lesson in the book isn't as deep as this. Yeah, the lesson in the book doesn't go nowhere as deep as this. This is lesson 16, page 21. Yeah. So yeah, Mrs. Ricky's just put that in the chat there. Right, guys. Thank you very much. Oh, thank you, Ken. Thank you very much for that. I appreciate that. So, you've got to remember, if you understand one key, you all understand all 12. You've just got to be able to transfer it over there. Break that major scale structure of step, step, half step, whole, half, whole, half into tetrachords. Add that to the way you think. Next week, there may be a pop quiz. Maybe a pop quiz. And I say to you, guys, comment what I told you to memorize over the week. Yeah? I want you to do this. I want you to do this. So hopefully you will do. Remember what it was. I'll just give you one last go. I'll give you one last shot at it. Okay? You ready? Right. Say it with me. Okay? You could even start it and play it in chords up the neck. This is how you apply it. Now I'm going to do that. It's a tangent, okay? Let's do a tangent, right? But so hopefully you can see it. What was the saying? The saying was major, minor, minor, major, major, minor, diminished. Have you got it? Do you remember? Okay, we got it. Major, go up a step. Minor, go up a step. Minor, there's me two minors next door to each other. Then we go up a half step to get to major. Guess what? A whole step above is going to be another major. Okay, go up a whole step, we get a minor. Whole step, we get another minor. Oh, diminished, sorry. I'm going to play that as a minor 7 flat 5. And then I'm going to play major here. And I'm at the 12th fret, so I'm repeating again. Look. Major, minor, minor, major, major, minor, diminished. And then major. Fingers aren't working. But hopefully this makes sense. You can hear now I've got... Play my major triads. Play my minors. Yeah, this is how you apply this. You just know this. And then what that does is that's up the neck. You apply it to the L7 grid. You apply it using different shapes. It all ends up being part of the unraveling the Christmas tree decoration lights that is music theory. Oh, hopefully you got that, guys. You've enjoyed this. I've enjoyed this anyhow. So here's the thing, and I saw somebody had cling film saran wrapped their Christmas tree with all the decorations on for next year and just stuck it up in the loft, and all they have to do is just take it out and plug it in and take the saran wrap, that cellophane wrap off, and jobs are good. And yeah, it depends if it's a ritual that you enjoy. Anyhow, guys, hopefully you've enjoyed that. What I will say is, yes, this is lesson 16, page 21 in the book. If you don't have the book, this is the book here. This is how you get to it. If you want to join the Fretboard fraternity, it's absolutely free. We'd love to have you in there. Share pictures of your guitar, your chickens, your gerbils, any pets. We'll do pets. We like pets. Yes. So, and if you want all these additional notes, of which there are quite a few, I didn't realise I was going to manifest so many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll scan these up, and anybody who's already in the PDF club, these will be available in PDF club as soon as I've processed those. The replay, I'll put a timestamp in for when the lesson begins, and then you can go over this all again. Richard Dobson says, I struggle remembering all the sharps and flats in each key, but then the guitar neck is like a slide rule. It's a slide rule. It is a slide rule. It is a slide. It's transposable. Everything just moves. Yeah. Richard, you need to look at my L7 and 7/7 grid videos. Yeah, those would make sense. If you've looked at those, then that would make sense as well. Okay, let's have a look. Remember, today's lesson is advanced lesson 16 opposed to basic lesson 16. It is, Araman. It is. Today, what I've done is I've expanded it. I just give you the basics in that video that is linked to that page. But today we've dug in, yeah, and just giving you a little bit more of a broader view of it. I mean, I was expecting that you'd already gone over this and reviewed the homework. So I think you're saying the tonic is the sound of the key, whereas the root is the core of the key signature. The core of the key. No, the tonic is the core. The tonic is the home chord of the key. Yeah. Listen, I'll show you, Jason. All right. Okay. So look, I played all those chords. This is chord 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to ignore chord 7, wobbly bob, for now. But if I could play those in any order, but it will always want to go home to the one chord, which is the tonic, okay? So if I take that there, look. So I take that there and I go chord 3. Chord 5 is the dominant, and that really wants to go back to chord 1, which I'll play there. That's the tonic. It's the tone of the key. That's the center. That's the black hole that all the notes want to move towards. Yes, it's the gravity of the sound wants to move towards that tonic there. Whereas if it was the root note, yes, then I was looking at the chord, I'd think, well, that's the root note of the chord. That's a root note of the chord. And this is a root note of the chord. This E chord's got 3 root notes in it. Which one do you want? Yeah, or I could think of the scale. Chord, scale, arpeggio, root. There's the scale, okay? Hopefully this makes sense. Right? That was the arpeggio. And that ended on an E. Up here. Okay? So, that's it, guys. I think that's about it. I really do think that's pretty much it. Next week's next week's guitar class, same time. I just want to remind you, while you're playing guitar, especially if you're fairly new to guitar and you're new at it, stick at it. It's tricky. It's hard. It's hard, is guitar. It's not the easiest instrument to play. You know, owning a music school for nearly 20 years, and I've seen everybody come in for all sorts of lessons: drum lessons, guitar lessons, piano lessons, bass lessons, ukulele lessons, all of them, singing lessons, the whole shebang. And guitar is it's definitely... It's small. It's small finger movements. It's like it's finicky. Yeah, it's not like drums where you just hold sticks and hit things. Yeah, it's like, so really, you know, that's okay that it's hard, because I'll tell you something. If you stick at it, yeah, and you can play a few songs, and that's brilliant. You know, if you stick at it, you'll be really, really proud of yourself. Yeah, and you know. Even adults, we want to be proud of ourselves, don't we, really? You think about it. So the thing is, and I always say it, every week, you are playing guitar for yourself. Nobody else. Yes, I've heard some people say, yes, it's for the chicks and fame and fortune and everything else like that. But no, you're playing guitar for yourself, otherwise it's not sustainable. Yes, so the thing is, what the guitar will give you, the relationship you end up having with the guitar, it's an amazing thing. Yeah, it's an amazing thing. It doesn't end. It never ends. You never finish it. You never complete it. No one ever has done. And so the thing is, if you think there's some like end point, there isn't. It just keeps moving. The more you learn, and the thing is, it's just the most wonderful thing. Yeah. So I'm just telling you, and I tell everybody right at the end of every thingy, keep it up. Put the practice in. Don't over practice. If you're struggling to practice little and often. Keep your guitar out so you can get to it. All that good stuff. Yeah. Keep practicing and you will make progress. That's the thing. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about, guys. Yeah. So with that said, make sure you give this lesson, give it a wallop. Get a wallop of the like, guys. Give us a like before you trot off, right? And I want to say Happy New Year to you. You know, much love to you guys from us, the Comiskis here in Huddersfield. And we hope to see you next week for another adventure in all things music theory and guitar. And it's wonderful to be back here. And yes, I absolutely love it to bits. Getting on here, getting on the chat with you guys. It's absolutely amazing. So thank you for coming today and listening to me chunter on about something I'm super passionate about. And a bit of a nerd. Yeah. So with that, guys, I'm going to say see you later and take care of yourself and take care of each other. Bye-bye.